really do this in broad daylight.
Fine. At least nobody's gonna see how bad you are.
Come a long way. Well, he is, but I
No, I actually I have
a couple of hours.
about a pound.
tonight. This evening at 8 o'clock, we'll have a dance. So the ceremony goes on. It's my pleasure to introduce the chairman of the board, Robert Ethelston.
Thank you. It's your day. And as we come together in this time of tragedy that's so much on our hearts and in our minds, in this place of beauty and in this moment of joy, we do so to honor these young artists in their achievements and in their future. And in doing so, we recommit ourselves. It's my great privilege today to welcome you here on behalf of the Board of Trustees, but a particular welcome to the parents. To the moms and the dads and the friends and the benefactors, all. Some here and some who are not here, but all here in spirit, we welcome you and honor you and thank you. So this is your day, and it is my second privilege to now introduce your president, Stephen Levine. Later. I do have a little speech I gotta give to you. My last chance to impart a little wisdom, if you missed it along the way. It's actually not the speech I was going to give. Like many of you, my wife, Janet Sternberg, who is like over here, my wife, Janet, and I arrived here 4 years ago. So at some deep level, this is our class. And it's actually a little disappointing that you're graduating and we're staying behind. Over these past few weeks, I've asked many of you how well CalArts, don't tell me now. I asked you how well CalArts worked for you, what you learned in skill and artistry and human experience. This graduation, it seemed like a good moment to reflect on what I learned being president, about the resilience of artists, about the continuing challenge of maintaining an institute which is both a community and a set of wildly passionate individualists. And about the continuity and evolution of institutions. And then this past week, our hopes for Los Angeles and for the new kind of city that the arts might help build here were placed in doubt. We're in Valencia, but we're also in Los Angeles.
For the years that you and I have been here, and for a good many years before that, Los Angeles and the Southland have tried to imagine themselves as a great new region of the Pacific Rim, the home of a rejuvenating and productive cultural diversity. For me, part of the pleasure of working here, of being associated with this city and region, has been the energy released by that complicated conjunction of ideal and illusion. Now we must all feel the urgency of rethinking the city and society we've created, and of asking what difference the arts might make. None of us should have been surprised this past week. Anyone who follows the news has seen stories of police excesses, of the tensions between African American and Korean American communities, of the growing disparities between wealth and poverty in the United States, of failing schools, joblessness, street crime, and accumulated frustrations. Surely the artists have, in their own ways, been sounding the alert. From the novels of Toni Morrison and John Edgar Wideman, to movies like John Singleton's Boys in the Hood and Eddie Olmos's American Me, and a wide array of conceptual and performance pieces, including those of Guillermo Gomez Pena and Adrian Piper, who will receive an honorary degree in a few moments. Perhaps our excitement that this work was being made, our hope that a new kind of art would token the creation of a new kind of America, blinded us to what this work was actually saying about ourselves. We've chosen to ignore the warnings. Perhaps this country's Puritan legacy, not so in evidence here, still stands in the way. We've never completely grown beyond an understanding of art as an expression of the senses. We've never grown to appreciate really its nexus of personal experience and social content. Indeed, over the past 4 years, we've heard more and louder voices raised against the arts. There are those who would question, in these shaky economic times, with so many desperate social needs, whether state and federal governments have any business supporting the arts. Others have argued that art supported by government should be subject to various sorts of content restrictions, and have tried to legislate that position into national policy. Just this past week, the new acting director of the National Endowment for the Arts announced that she would not only consider artistic merit, but also the attitudes of Congress and its constituencies awarding grants. There's also a significant drive at this moment to limit the reach of public television and public radio, agencies which, whatever their limitations, are surely our best, most thoughtful media sources for understanding what is happening in the United States. In particular, there's a drive to eliminate ITVS, the Independent Television Service, a newly formed organization charged with ensuring that the voices of our independent film and video artists can find a place in the broadcast spectrum. In classical tragedy, the Greeks dramatized the human propensity to kill the messenger, to blame rather than thank the bearer of bad tidings. The assaults on the NEA and public broadcasting may be taken, at least in part, as evidence that artists have been doing their work. Not only haven't we heard, but we wanted to scapegoat the messenger. But if the message is not heeded, it will inevitably be delivered in another and frequently more drastic way. Friday, as a semblance of civic order began to be restored, an African-American woman interviewed on television observed, "It's a hell of a way to deliver a message. but it had to be delivered. Cecil Murray, pastor of the First AME Church, which has been so central in relief efforts, found it folly, and I quote, to pretend that you can be poor and depressed and poor and racially discriminated against without an explosion sooner or later. And to return to art, the great African-American novelist and essayist James Baldwin, writing in 1963, 2 years before the Watts riots, explained that, quote, if the word integration means anything, this is what it means. That we shall with love force our brothers to see themselves as they are, to cease fleeing from reality and begin to change it. Foremost in your minds today may well be the demands of finding a job and a place to live. And I hope you're thinking about paying off your loans. I know that all seems like enough to undertake. But there is a greater and equally pressing challenge before you. To help us see ourselves that we might cease to flee reality and begin to change it. Some of you will do this by addressing social, economic, and human realities explicitly in your work, rendering those realities with such imaginative and intellectual power that it becomes a little harder for us to withdraw into segregated and protected lives. Some of you will do this by where you choose to work, aligning yourself with communities whose voices, experience, and pain have been difficult to hear. Surely it's no accident that the First AME Church, which has loomed so large this last week in distributing aid, offering hope, is also one of the great centers of music in the city. Art and community can be intertwined to the benefit of both. Some of you will do this through highly personal work which seems at first to have no bearing on anyone else's social and spiritual condition. But this work, too, if carried out with courage and honesty, will inevitably illuminate this time. Our experience is always both personal and social. Whichever your mode, this country is desperately in need of your honesty, your integrity, the weight and gravity of your own individual and uncompromised art making. It's conventional in graduation speeches to talk about you entering the real world. And you're right. You entering the real world while we stay behind in a more sheltered environment. There's doubtlessly some truth in that view. At least it's easier to lay your hands on technology here. But CalArts, however safe and separate it may feel out here in the Santa Clarita Valley, is intricately tied to life in Los Angeles, greater Southern California, and the nation. We've tried these several years to move beyond our campus through working partnerships in art making with Plaza La Raza in East LA, with the Watts Towers Art Center, and with Spark in Venice. Through these collaborations, it is hot. Real world's hot. also, as you learned this year, the real world rains. Through these collaborations, art makers from our community have had a chance to bring their work up against some of the hard social realities of the city. The younger students with whom they work have had the opportunity to develop their own artistic voices. We've also been working steadily to increase the diversity of our faculty and student body, and to ask what our changing community means for the kind of education we deliver here. We are rightfully proud of what has been accomplished to date, but the events of the past 2 weeks bring home to us just how far there is yet to go, and the urgency of pushing ahead. Through this process, it's almost over. Through this process of evolution and growth, CalArts will be guided, as it has always been, by the goal of providing an environment in which each student, as an individual, is able to develop the vision, skills, and strength to create work that will alter the way we think and feel about the social and human condition. In the difficult decade ahead, for the arts, for education, for every aspect of American society, it's going to be more necessary than ever for the Institute to live up to this ideal. The past 4 years have taught me that we surely will, with resilience and determination, with courage and imagination, we will remain vitally interested in you, and we hope you'll remain connected to us. We're all in this together. At this point, I'd like to ask my wife, at the end. I remember so clearly coming with her on the first. Somehow it's getting hotter and hotter. The particular thing I wanted to remember was that first reception for new students. Some of you were there, at which Ami Dasgupta performed. I remember feeling our way into our new responsibilities. Yeah! Janet's my partner in every undertaking. I'd like her to join me in saying goodbye.
And really just to tell you all that we sent you off with love and with a real desire to remain connected to you and with our hopes for you.
And we wish you well. It's my pleasure now, each year at graduation, we single out one or two artists who represent the level of achievement that we hope for and expect from you. The first honorary degree recipient this year is Adrian Piper. I have a little proclamation here, which I will read for you. Artist and philosopher, you have rigorously and inventively united two disciplines capable of effecting change. Your conceptual and performance work, at once personal and global in its concerns, has challenged viewers to confront their untested ideas about racial, economic, social, and political difference. Through your art, you have educated us to recognize and guard against the invisible, institutionalized racism which pervades the media and society. Your performance and installation work, as you have practiced and developed them, expose the often hidden fears which cause alienation, self-deception, and inhumanity. And in Funk Lessons, a performance work which you presented at CalArts in 1984, you offer the audience a means of transcending, through dance, limiting conceptions of selfhood and otherness. Through your career, you have continued to be responsive to most pressing social questions and to find incisive ways to address them. You've remained steadfast in your commitment to the idea of art, not as a commodity, but as a means to effect social change. It is therefore with gratitude for your vision and respect for your integrity that we confer upon you the Doctor of Fine Arts degree. With the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and upon the recommendation of the faculties of the California Institute of the Arts, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Arts, honoris causa, together with all the rights, benefits, and privileges appertaining thereto.
Thank you all very much. I'm so honored. I really am. I'm so honored. This is a very special place. When I visited here in 1984, I never had such a responsive and intelligent and thinking group of students to work with. It was a pleasure from beginning to end. I'm very moved. Now I want to talk about what those of you who are graduating can expect to find in the art world after you leave this wonderful, special There's more to that. Regardless of the course of study you pursued here, your position as a student has been a privileged one. Because of the teachers that you've worked with, because of this marvelous, nurturing environment, and because you've been chosen to be here. You focused your energy and attention on developing your talents, gathering information, acquiring skills, and learning to listen to your own artistic instincts about how to use them. Your time here has been essentially a process of personal growth and exploration in an environment devoted to that process. You're about to leave virtually the only environment devoted to that process you will ever encounter. Right. Some of you may think otherwise. You may feel that you've spent your years here writhing under the heels of various unsympathetic, arbitrary, and demanding teachers. each one more bent on driving you into a career in business administration than the last. You may think all you need is freedom and independence from this environment to really begin to grow as an artist. You'll find that leaving this environment for the professional art world will demand adaptation much more than growth. And the habits of growth you've learned here will need careful protection from the pressures of adaptation you will encounter. The greatest pressure will arise out of the first choice you made, that is to attend a professional art school in the first place. The pressure to make a living from your art. So far in this environment, that has not been the reason you've made your art. You've done it because you enjoy the process, or because it's easy, or because you have inspiring teachers, or because you feel that you've accomplished something worthwhile, or because it's exciting, or because you learn something about who you are by doing it. Now you're going out to various art professionals, dealers, art directors, editors, and ask them to reward you financially for all that fun you've been having. You'll find that you'll get a financial reward for your work, all right, but only if they can expect one too. If art professionals evaluate your work and decide that there's nothing in it for them financially, then the bottom line is that there will be nothing in it financially for you either. At that point, you'll have to answer the question of whether you really have any reason to keep doing it. It's important to be clear about what's at issue here. At CalArts, you and your teachers may disagree about the quality of your work. The worst that could happen was that you get a low evaluation for the course. In the art world, the issue will be whether your work is of a kind that will allow you and your boss to survive economically. Quality is not the issue, and there's no correlation between quality and economic success. No matter how high its quality, if your work is not economically viable, you'll have to adapt to the situation somehow in order to survive. But how? Do you go into business administration after all and become a Sunday painter so you can be free to make the art you believe in your spare time? Or do you adapt your art to art market demands so you can make compromised art full-time? In fact, the dilemma is never this extreme or this clear. I've drawn it this sharply only in order to lay out the issues. In fact, your training at CalArts has included exposure to the most advanced concepts and techniques available anywhere, and your aesthetic judgment has been shaped accordingly. Innovation and aesthetic daring are often rewarded financially in the art world, so you stand the best possible chance of surviving economically by doing what you believe to be important. And if you're particularly lucky, you may never experience the conflict between doing the art you believe in and doing the art that will feed you. That's the best of all possible worlds. Most of us are not, in fact, that lucky. The first time your slides are returned to you parcel post without an encouraging letter inside. It may be difficult to avoid the thought that they would have done better if you spiffed up the organic imagery in your paintings with some hard-edged chrome plating. And it may be difficult to avoid the temptation to reshoot those paintings with hard-edged chrome plating added before you next send out your slides. In case you decide not to add the hard-edged chrome plating, I want to testify that there's nothing wrong with being a Sunday painter. I am, in fact, a Sunday painter, since I made my living teaching philosophy, and I do art for fun. It's very important to me personally to make sure doing art remains fun, and that it never becomes a chore. There are not very many arenas left in this society in which fully functioning and responsible adults are free to explore their deepest creative impulses and to do and say whatever they want without fear of censure or political or economic deprivation. And part of your job will be to preserve art as that kind of arena.
At CalArts, you've been learning the skills to do that with maximum eloquence. And you might want to think very hard before sacrificing that freedom for the sake of paying the rent. The crucial point here is to be able to discern the real reason why you're adding that hard-edged chrome plating, if that's what you decide to do. The first possibility is that it may be plain old economic necessity, if that's getting to a slightly different end than the one you had while you were here at CalArts. And there's nothing intrinsically dishonorable about this, as long as you're quite clear about giving economic success a higher priority than continued artistic freedom and creative growth to do whatever you want. The second possibility is that hard-edged chrome plating seems like a really exciting way to improve those paintings, and you wish you'd thought of it before you sent those slides out the first time. This may be true, in which case the progressive and sophisticated training you received at CalArts continues to serve you as intended. Your receptivity to advanced trends and resourcefulness in incorporating them into your own modes of self-expression can only enhance your creativity rather than impede it. The third possibility, however, is that hard-edged chrome plating seems like a really exciting way to improve those paintings, but in fact, you're simply giving the public what it wants in order to make your living as an artist. This is the one to be aware of. Because what happens in this case is that you tell yourself you're doing what you want to do, when in fact you're doing what you've been told to do in order to survive in the system. You think you're pursuing your own purposes, when in fact your autonomy has been co-opted by the demands of the system. This really is the road to ruin. It's the kind of self-deception that turns committed artists into cogs in a system that uses the language of artistic quality to determine what is in fact a matter of economic viability. A system that chews artists up, digests their contributions, and then spits them out. But how can you know whether you're deceiving yourself or not? And when you decide to add the hard-edged chrome plating? How can you be sure you're doing it for the right reason? This, I think, is the point of having spent all these years at CalArts in the first place. In learning your skills and developing your artistic potential, you've cultivated artistic integrity. You know your capacities, talents, and artistic goals, and have developed the judgment to know when you're fulfilling them and when you're not. You've developed an internal voice that tells you honestly when you're on track and doing a piece, and when you're about to derail. You may not always want to hear this voice. It nags sometimes, or jeers at your best efforts. But it also enables you to recognize when you've pulled it off successfully, and to be proud of having done so, no matter what anyone else has to say about it. The trick in avoiding artistic self-deception about what you're doing in the art world and why is to remember that voice. Listen to what it says, and do what it tells you. Thank you.
Adrian, thank you. Ray Bradbury, one word. Ray, let me read the citation that's in here. Internationally acclaimed and award-winning writer, your vividly imagined worlds have captivated an audience of millions. With extraordinary creativity, you have written over 500 individual stories, novels, poems, plays, film, and television scripts. Whether in episodes of horror, suspense, and supernatural, written for the Twilight Zone and Alfred Hitchcock Presents, or in major works ranging from the Martian Chronicles to Something Wicked This Way Comes. And from The Illustrated Man to Dandelion Wine. You are above all a supremely gifted teller of tales. By investing science fiction with psychological depth, poetic style, and social weight, you've elevated it to true literary status. You've established the genre as an early warning system which can expose the destructiveness of modern science in the service of political dogmatism. Today's reader or viewer of Fahrenheit 451, written in 1953, must be struck by the foresight with which you address the abuses of technology in censoring art and freedom of thought and infringing on privacy and enforcing a robotic conformity. As you said, your tales are intended, this is a quote, are intended as much to instruct how to prevent dooms as to predict them. In recognition of the enduring legacy you have provided, and with deep affection for your moving and inspired tales, we honor you today with this degree of Doctor of Fine Arts. With the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, and upon the recommendation of the faculty of the California Institute of the Arts, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Arts, honoris causa, together with all the rights, benefits, and privileges appertaining thereto.
Is it true the receptionist in the girls' gym here? What a rowdy bunch, huh? When I came to California when I was 13, I put on my roller skates and skated out to Hollywood looking for celebrities. And by God, standing in front of Paramount Studios was W.C. Fields himself, huh? The hero of all the generations. I skated up to him and I said, Mr. Fields, can I have your autograph? He signed it back and said, there you are, you old son of a bitch. And here I am today with all of you, you old son of a bitch. Listen, the world you're going out to is no different than the world I went out into when I graduated from high school. Everyone in the country was unemployed. We had 130 million people, and the Great Depression went on for 11 years. 11 years in which my father was out of work most of the time for 8 years. I graduated from high school. My family was on relief. We were getting food from the government. That's about as poor as you can get. I had no suit to wear to the graduation. So I wore the suit of an uncle who had been killed in the suit a year before. That's pretty poor. I was writing science fiction that nobody cared about. Only I cared. I was in a high school of 4,000 students, and they all thought I was crazy. And I found one or two other students as crazy as myself who survived. But I got out into the world, and I sold newspapers on a street corner for 3 years and made $10 a week. When I began to sell short stories to the science fiction magazines for $11 a week, I quit selling newspapers. All the stories in the Martian Chronicles were written for pulp magazines. I got $30 a piece for them, or $20 a piece. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't realize how brilliant I was. So I grew up in the pulp magazines, the Illustrated Man. Half the stories in there never sold. I put them in the book later. Same way with the Golden Apples to the Sun. Fahrenheit 451, I couldn't afford an office, so I was wandering around UCLA one day, and I heard typing below in the basement of the UCLA library. I went down there and discovered there was a typing room with 12 or 14 students in there,
and they had little machines underneath the typewriter. You shove the dime in, and the typewriter ticked for half an hour, and you beat the hell out of it, and then Miranda got more dimes. So, in a period of 9 days, I wrote Fahrenheit 451 in the typing room. And it cost me $9.80 a dime. So you see, I come from many of the similar backgrounds you have. I didn't have a decent income until I was 37. My wife, when I got married, my wife worked and helped support me. And she made $40 a week, I made $39 a week. And when she got pregnant, it scared the hell out of me because there went half of our income. But fortunately, God was paying attention and said, "You're a good kid, Ray. Go raise your pay." So my pay went up to $80 a week after that. So the point I want to make with all of you is to grab onto your loves intensely. When you go out into the world, the crazy loves you have are the ones that will sustain you. I fell in love with motion pictures when I was a kid. When I was 3 years old, I saw Hunchback of Notre Dame. I walked strangely for weeks after. I saw the Lost World with dinosaurs. Fell in love with dinosaurs. Saw the Phantom of the Opera in 1925. Fell in love with the Phantom of the Opera. And then I learned lessons in aesthetics along the way that are valuable for you to prepare yourself for the world, okay? I fell in love with Buck Rogers comic strips. This is 1929, beginning of the Depression, And I collected them every day in my life because they were the center of my life. When I saw those first strips, I said, "My God, there's the future. That's what I want to be." Well, everyone in the 5th grade made fun of me. And like a damn fool, after 2 months, I tore up all the Buck Rogers comic strips. Okay. But happy ending. 2 weeks later, I burst into tears and I said to myself, "Why am I crying? Who died?" And the answer was me. I had torn up the future. I had listened to the damn fools. And I sat down with myself. I said, "I don't care what." So that's pretty strong language for a 9-year-old kid. But the great thing is, I went back and collected Buck Rogers and Mickey Mouse and Popeye and Tarzan and Prince Valiant for 30 years. I wrote a love letter to Harold Foster, who drew Prince Valiant, saying, most important artist in American history during that one particular period, 50 years ago. And he sent me back 2 immense Prince Valiant original Sunday panels, which I still have. You can't put a value on them. Along the way, I went to the movies and I fell in love with Skeleton Dance and the Flowers in the Trees and all the Disney things, And I was a member of the Mickey Mouse Club when I was 10, You didn't know it existed, did you? It was in all the theaters of America. When I came out to LA in 1934, I went to the County Museum. They had a special effects department downstairs with dinosaurs from the Lost World of King Kong. And they had a whole series of tables. Under glass, they had cells from the Skeleton Dance, Flowers in the Trees, and what have you, the band concert. And I went every Sunday and stared at those cells because I wanted to be part of them. And I knew that someday I would become part of the Disney organization in one way or another. So along the way into high school, I collected all these comic strips. I saw every movie ever made. I went to as many as 18 movies a week. Couldn't afford them, snuck in everywhere. But this to me, the sort of work you're doing here, is the sort of upbringing I gave myself. But I held on to my dinosaurs, my love of architecture and the science fiction magazines, the covers of the fabulous magazines when I was 8 years old. Went to the Chicago World's Fair when I was 13. Thought it was stupid when I heard the next year they're going to tear it down and not leave it up. And fell in love with the New York World's Fair in 1939. I was accumulating loves here, all just for me, not for anyone else. And that's what's going to give you your strength when you go out in the world. You know what you love. When you go to bed tonight and think about your future, think about the things you are madly in love with, huh? And you make a list tonight as you're going to sleep of the people who don't believe in you, and get up tomorrow morning and fire them out of your life, huh? Now, if you have a friend who doesn't believe in your dream, that's not a friend, huh? You gotta find people as crazy as you are, huh? To make a life with. And there are no guarantees. Now let me give you 3 suggestions. I've been in theater since I was 12 years old. Never made a dime at it. I love theater. I love radio acting. I love everything about the drama and the theater, okay? I began to write plays when I was 12. And when I was 20, they were lousy. Then I got into my 40s, they got a little better. Thank God, huh? And I finally joined a little theater group and began to put on my plays. And the damn things worked finally, yeah? So then I saved some money and I put on a play for $200. That's $100 for a fireman, $100 for a policeman. And we all worked free. And out of that group came Natalia Shire and Evan Murray Abraham. I did the Wonderful Ice Cream Suit 30 years ago over at Desilu Studios on a little sound stage. You don't need money to put on theater. You need actors, a dedicated director, and decent scripts, huh? Decent scripts. Now, if the world rejects you, I have an example to give you from some friends I knew 40 years ago. A bunch of artists got together because the world didn't want their paintings or their sculpture or their jewelry, whatever it was. And they each put in $20, 20 of them, and rented a space at Farmers Market, opened up their own gallery, huh? Put their things on display, and the damn things began to sell. Huh? So that's what you do too. If no one pays any attention to you, you form your own gallery. To hell with the gallery owner. Things that have an opening so that people know you're there, and then they come in and they buy you or they don't. But at least it's yours, you see. And all this talk of censorship is nonsense because we don't have censorship in this country. Censorship means we won't hang you in our gallery, but also you can't hang it in the other gallery, and also you can't produce that art at home. But we don't have that here. We may have selection of taste. See, if I open a gallery tomorrow and you come in and you're an impressionist, you're influenced by the impressionists, and the next guy who comes in is Andy Warhol's bastard son, huh? And the third person comes in, he's a neo-romantic from 1850, and I then, as a gallery owner, I don't censor you, I pick among what I like, huh? So, that being true, if you like a certain kind of art, you find other artists, you open your own gallery, and you take your chances. Huh? My theater has been based on that. With very little money, I put on my plays year after year now, for 30 years. And I've lost my shirt every time. Huh? But you know what I got out of it? Extreme joy. Wonderful feeling of fun. Loving my actors, working with my director. Huh? And so about every 4 years, I say to my wife, is this the year we open the window and throw the money out? She says, you want to do another play, huh? I said, yes. So I'm putting on a new play. It opens in Hollywood next week. I'm putting my money on the line. It may run 2 nights, 2 weeks, huh? But you don't go in for profit, you go in for the profit to your soul, huh? The thing works or it doesn't work. And if the right people love you for the right reasons, you can go without a hell of a lot of money because you're getting love. And that's what we all want, don't we? We want someone to come up and look in our face and say, you are special, huh? You are special. I have no money, but I love you. So do not take things lying down. Form your own groups. Form your own theater groups. You be the director. You write the scripts. You bring in the actors. And I started out in someone's parlor. I moved to a garage. I moved to a storefront. I moved to renting a theater for $10 a night. And then for $300 a week, the Coronet was in there for a whole year. And out of that came a lot of people like Harold Gould and Ed Murray, Abraham, I told you about. They were all working for $60, $70 a week. I was working free. I was putting my money in and losing it, but with no regrets, no regrets. So the art field, you have to make yourself. You don't wait around for someone to come get you. You get yourself, huh? No one has wanted me in television. I worked on occasion for Hitchcock and Rod Serling, but I've wanted to have my own TV series for 50 years, huh? It finally happened 4 years ago. I had to wait all that time, you see, and wait till I could get the conditions under which I wanted to work. Huh? Let me write the scripts. Let me help select the actors. Let me edit. Huh? Let me change. And I finally got it, and we've done 64 shows now. And if you have a chance, look at it tonight at 10:30, okay. But things do not come quickly. You have to make them happen. You can't wait for someone to say, I've known many artists who are too reluctant to go out in the world. You have to let people know you exist. Huh? Get around and meet people. And you don't have to lie. You don't have to make a fool of yourself. Just say very quiet, make up a portfolio. Huh? Go over to the Disney studios. And I know a lot of young artists who moved in there had an experience with a good friend of mine a few years ago. He was a young architect just out of UCLA. And I said, go over to Disney. They're building a part of Epcot, and take your portfolio. And he says, well, will they talk to me? I said, of course they will. They give time to everyone. He went in and got a job and wound up supervising the final building of one of the best buildings down at Epcot. Now, out of my love for architecture and movies and dinosaurs, I blundered into writing for creating a building at the New York World's Fair 25 years ago. It was offered to me because they knew I was crazy about Jules Verne, in Melville. And because of my love of dinosaurs, I got the job of writing Moby Dick for John Huston. You see, you hold on to all the crazy things, huh? And then there's no one else in the world like you, is there, huh? And you're very specially crazy, each in a different way. So, I finally wound up working for my hero, John Huston. I dreamt of it for years. And I finally met him when I was 31. I gave him all my books. I said, here's the proof of my love. I love you. I love your films. Someday hire me. And finally he called me to his hotel one day, 35 years ago, and put a drink in my hand and looked down my face and said, well, Ray, what are you doing during the next year? And I said, not much, Mr. Houston. Not much. He said, well, how would you like to come? Live in Ireland and write the screenplay of Moby Dick. I said, gee, Mr. Houston, I've never been able to read the damn thing. But I got the job anyway. I read the book that night, or most of it, and he hired me. He hired me because he read the story about the dinosaur in the lighthouse, huh? Beast in 20,000 Fathoms. So all I'm saying here is hold on to all the crazy things, all the crazy dreams. You never know how they're going to change your life. You should go into your painting, or your lithographs, or your acting, or your dance, or whatever. So God bless you, and thank you.
Hey. All right. Demonstrated outstanding support, care, and concern for the students' well-being. It is very evident that the entire CalArts staff goes above and beyond the call of duty. However, one person was chosen to be awarded for their valiant efforts as Staff Member of the Year. Her name is Alessandra Phillips. She is the Art School Secretary in the Missouri School for 1 year and 4 months. Her ability and willingness to help students make the necessary equipment available as they are the students' ultimate choice. Ladies and gentlemen, Alexandra Phillips. Would you please come forward? In recognition of your support and commitment, this certificate of appreciation is bestowed upon Alessandra Phillips Shore. Congratulations.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the rest of the art school staff, without whom this would not be possible. And secondly, I'm very honored that it was actually a student-given honor, because you guys rule, and that's all there is to it. And congratulations to the class of '92. I hope you want to do pretty profound things. I'm very touched.
We have one more honor to hand out, and then we'll hand out some diplomas. Many of you actually end up working for CalArts while you're here. And this year, we're making a presentation to the Student Employee of the Year. Is Benita Blakely? Yes, you all know her. She's worked in the mailroom for 4 years, provided special services to our students there on weekends and holidays. She's relieved staff at all institute holidays and has just shown an exceptional ability to make this place work. Our thanks to her for her professional work and our best wishes for the future, which come with a check and a certificate.
Speaker is Robert Levy. He's a film, picture, BFA.
In only a brief span of time, I've come through experiences whose varied applications are intense as well as, late at night, turning to someone having lost something familiarly funny, going out into a world which at once, in some public or corporate space, exhibits the influence of something about death. I am moved, not without some personal satisfaction, to continue my remarks, which, under the charge I am under today, I could express also. Suppose a simple movement, like that of my hand when it goes from A to B. This passage given to my consciousness as an undivided whole. Now, while it presents itself, qua movement, as a simple movement, as a simple fact, it describes in space a trajectory which I may consider, for purposes of simplification, as a geometrical line. And the extremities of this line, considered as abstract limits, are no longer lines, but individual points. Now, if the line which the moving body has described measures for me the duration of its movement, must not the point where the line ends symbolize for me the terminus of this duration? Or might not our thoughts turn rather to the way we are treated by her? She tells me she loves me. She says so again and again, and I believe her. And the pure objects of the understanding come pouring out of my body and into her. But it turns out to be a lie. Jennifer, you told me that you loved me, that one day we would have a baby together. A little baby. It was going to look like you. Jennifer, you are like a star, a shining star. No one can love you like I love you. Jennifer, tell me that you love me again. Come back. All day long I sit here and look for you. The stars love me. Where are you? Let the sunlight burn up my head. You keep me in my comfortable shell by night, enclosed from hair and twigs, as if there was a stem orchestrated. The nest has kept me. The nest holds us. We are leaving by nights, many a day and night after day, releasing. Goodbye, Mother. Goodbye. I am anxious into flight. Off. Away. Going up, height to a height for out. Circle the nest maybe a few more times. Then off. Highlands. Birds of paradise. Occurring in New Guinea and nearby island species called manacos and riflebirds are found also in Australia. The largest manacoe is the 45-centimeter curl-crested manacoe. Other having special names include sicklebills and standard wings. The superb bird of paradise, Lopharina superba, has a spreading breast shield and a broad cape that turns into a headband. And beware of those hummingbirds, which tend to rival the paradise species and perhaps a few pheasants. We dread pheasants. So, even though our shields are elegant, they are defensive here. Our confidence to righteous service. The Academy admires those who stand straight, serve and protect. When you wear your badge, shine it daily. Roam the boulevards of hardship and danger with confidence and a good eye. It is keeping our city straightway, straight line obedient and fixed, going from point A to point B. It is a dangerous trip out there. Be honest to your ideas and your heart. Go with it. Love me. So I would just like to thank Mr. Dawson for organizing this whole thing, and Tom and Allison. And I'd like to thank Ms. Fleur for the cakes and for taking care of all the bathroom stuff. And I know you all saw the waterfalls that Richard set up in the lobby. So that's great too. And Eliza, there you are. You were great. You did a great job, and I want to thank you. And Werner, hey Werner, you're great. You have that large butt. And I really appreciate that. And Mr. Burl, you're so quiet. And you're sickening with all the saliva. I saw you licking that animal. And Raymond, you're going to get booked up in that new big torture chamber. So, you're all pretty sweaty now. All that pain in your life. It's hard to keep going. I'm gonna hit you with my fist. Then you'll get an idea about me, what I meant to do, and everything.
Singing the CalArts Honor printed in your little student handbook. Ladies and gentlemen, dedicated to my father and the mother of Wiley Evans, I give to you the CalArts Marching Band.
Before we get to it exactly, I would like you all, on the count of 3, to say, thank you, Mom, and thank you, Dad. Okay? I'm going to thank them for the faith that they have shown in you, well placed, and the money that they have spent on your education. We are going to thank them for that. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. And now to present the degrees in the School of Music, David Rosenboom, accompanied by Susan Allen, Associate Dean.
Mark James Dugan. Rhonda. After that, Yi-Chun Lee. Monica Sedano. Oh, okay. Okay. Ruchi Santos. That's yours. Dean Ruggles. James Spears. Spires, that's right. Good going. Thanks a lot. Enjoy the show. Ruth Hayes. Oh, we have an alley. Come on. Right there.
Lisa and I are going to miss you in optical printing, Myra, in the dark when the lights go out.
Thanks a lot. That'll get me in trouble. Lisa Mann? You're welcome. It's been one moment, please.
Start with the Bachelor of Fine Art and Arts, and first off, Benjamin G. Benedetti. David Green, on Rotary. Daria Bassett. Lady Russell. Brian Cross. Ruben Ortiz.
Could all the school's deans please return the wireless microphones to the stage?
You want me to throw champagne with us? Yeah, right. Sure. We're in the studio. Because she did what I want for bottles. We can't find Linda's though. Okay. Nice meeting you. Let's go down there. Let's meet her.
Good. It's gonna get light.
I'm gonna have a little champagne.
Do you have any big
I got cups. You guys are great.
We stay here for a little while and then.
What's your name again?
Liz.
See, I got you on there.
I'm moving though. Here we go. Hi, Linda. Hey, Grandma. My love. My godmother. There you go. All set.
Okay.
Okay. You're doing good.
Where are they on?
They have to go. Mike has these lockers here that he hasn't looked through in like ages.
Oh my God.
He's got special prizes waiting for him.
Yes, things he's forgotten ever.
This is my mom and dad.
Hi. Hi.
Are your parents not out here?
No, nobody.
Sorry. And her best friend isn't here.
Everything's kind of sad, but that's okay.
You guys, I love Chris.
Where are you from, Liz? Miami. Oh, Miami.
Oh, I know a joke like that.
Yeah, no.
Job's favorite wine. I want to go to Miami.
I want to go to Miami. Whereabouts? My cousin has White House Point. South.
Oh,
that's
Dan was
gorgeous.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that's really nice. It's south of Coral Gables.
Dressed like in a
Bad
girdle.
suburbia. My aunt lives in. Where does she live? Where does like? Oh, where does Aunt Margaret live? Mom. I can't see. Am I done? Oh, yeah, you're done. I'll get it. You get it. I thought that was cute.
Take a break.
Hey, don't drink too much, Graham. You're driving home.
Oh, you got some here. I have beer. Oh,
Have some.
yeah, have some.
She's
I thought it was gonna pour
There's
you
just
a
one
drink.
line. There's just one line where she says,
What? I don't know.
I don't remember what he looks like.
Vodka's better. Linda, where's your glass?
Thank you.
You know what everybody have.
Just drink it out of the
I
bottle.
don't know. I'm clueless.
Cheers.
I'm a bit dumb. Cheers. Cheers.
Congratulations.
Cheers. Cheers.
To Liz and Linda, Cecilia,
Congratulations.
Mom,
Cindy,
Dad,
we're gonna
Grandma.
get champagne. Do you want some champagne?
Sure, why not?
Cheers.
Pain on.
Sure, I mix it.
This is free. Oh.
Champagne.
I don't know. What do you think?
Should go naked or something. That's beer and vodka.
I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
Look at this button, Mom.
Graham, remember what you always told me. You don't like to wait. You never might get it. You know, like why you like Polaroid because you get the picture right now.
Funny.
Cecilia gave me this years ago.
What's that?
You're driving. You'll be all right.
You gave me that years ago.
I remember that ring.
Yeah, John Yankee every time he
Cheers,
sees it,
Linda.
he says,
Love
I'm
you,
gonna get
Liz.
him. Okay. Cheers to Linda.
You finally got a piece of the rock.
Hello. Mom and Dad give me $50,000. I wish. We can win it at Las Vegas.
Cheers.
The hostess.
My God, there's a lot of people in
You want
here.
to close your door, Liv? And I'll back up and turn around. Thank you.
heard her voice.
Linda!
Bye, Lynn.
No, I saw.
They have to play with it, like you said.
I won't look good.
Komt er dan wat van? Ja, dat moet ik helemaal. Er zijn allemaal mensen die mogen niet ronddragen. Dan gaan ze zoeën. Oh, je gaat te snel naar huis. Dat zou mooi zijn. What's he doing, Sean? Their arms must be
This is Venice Beach.
We gotta go get them. They're over there by that other thing.
Mom? Oh, that's the thing that makes
I like it. You got another rat, I want more baby. Hey, pal. Hey, right.
Daddy loves you.
Next one. All right. You're styling, huh? You know, my girl from when I was young had, you know, braces. I like the kids.
Discovering mine was a $5 box. As it was the one shirt.
One t-shirt, four for $10.95. Sweatshirt, two for $12.95.
Hey, come back here, you cheap bastard! Hey! Hey! I didn't walk away when you guys got here. Shit, man. Come on, people. Please come to me. We are the world. Thank you, everybody. Help me pay for my course.
Okay, stop.
Yeah.
We have solar shirts here for $8.
You kind of got lost.
Yeah.
So you got some of them.
What's the best?
Want to do it?
Yeah, we can come back here.
Are you sure you don't want me to just do the food so you don't have to worry about it? I don't mind. I'd rather not have to get up. Look down there.
I went back and got a paper like this, if you like.
Yeah, same thing. No, like the last bastion of free market capitalism next to Wall Street.
I don't know. We'll see. We had to come up here this way before to get Mark's shirt. Now we're just looking around for April Mark.
I got myself a pair, Graham. I got myself a pair.
Oh yeah, how much were those?
$8.
Oh.
Same things. Doctor rips you off by 100%. Free enterprise.
But maybe we should make a place where in case that we lost
What?
Maybe over there, man.
From Annadale? It's not worth it. Cheaper for $8. We get an extra pair. By the time you send for them, you'll pay the $8. You might as well get them. A little magnifier? Good. You can wear them to the opera.
Next song I want to do. What are you guys doing? Oh, okay. See you later. Next song I like to do. I've had a lot of reductions today.
Michael Jackson, all that you say with all that thing, the one thing I know I'm bad. You want me to prove it to you? One thing I am, I'm not dangerous, but I know I'm bad. Do you want me to prove it to you, everybody?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Everyone in my club, get into it. How about the Michael Jackson, everybody?
That's so sweet.
So free to shoot, Pops.
Oh, this guy here? That's a girl?
Two cups of dessert.
That's right, that's all me.
Hey, where can you buy the whiskey? Just right on it, on the back. Signature right. Hey, dear Shirley, we were thinking of you. Sí, you want it.
Oh yeah.
Looking for Diane? April made like a t-shirt. What?
I don't understand it. If it's 3:30 in New York, it's 6:30 here. No, 3:30 here, it's 6:30 there. Yes, I got my plan backwards. Yeah. Hey, thank God it was Are they? Yeah, probably. I would say on the ballot. This is your signature. Smart. Volleys were deep. Well, you know, you make that.
That's a good picture of the ocean, Dad.
I have to go out there.
Thanks. All right. Thank you so much for
I guess.